He was the pride of Duel Academy until he threw it all away. Zane Truesdale was once seen as the perfect duelist, calm, brilliant, untouchable, but something broke inside him, and what emerged was no longer a hero, but the Hell Kaiser. This is the tragedy of Zane Truesdale. In the early days of Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, Zane Truesdale was at the top of his game. As the first ever Obelisk Blue Prodigy and Duel Academy's undisputed champion, Zane wasn't just a student, he was a symbol. To younger duelists like Jaden Yuki, and even his own brother Cyrus, Zane represented everything a duelist could aspire to be. His iconic Cyber Dragon deck, built on precision and power, dominated opponents with clean, clinical victories. Zane didn't need tricks or flashy moves, he relied on sharp intellect and dueling discipline. But behind the calm exterior, there was pressure, immense pressure, and cracks were already forming. It all started after Zane's loss to Aster Phoenix in the Pro League. It wasn't just a loss, it was a humiliation. Zane, used to being revered, was laughed off the stage. Fans turned their backs on him. The Duel Academy legend had fallen. Desperate to reclaim his pride, Zane entered the underground dueling circuit. There, duels weren't won with skill, they were won with pain. Shock collars, electrical fields, and brutal tactics defined this world. And Zane adapted. He swapped his cyber dragons for the corrupt, predatory cyberdark monsters. He embraced agony as fuel, choosing to suffer in every duel to sharpen his instincts. The golden boy of Duel Academy had been reborn as the Hell Kaiser, a duelist who didn't just win, he destroyed. Zane's new style came at a price. His body began to fail, his heart was deteriorating, but Zane kept dueling, refusing treatment as if trying to punish himself for failing to live up to his past. By the time he returned to Duel Academy, he was no longer the Zane his classmates remembered. He was colder, more ruthless, and underneath it all, dying. Even Cyrus, who once idolized him, could barely recognize the brother he once loved. But for Zane, there was no turning back. He believed that power only came through pain, and if that was the price to protect his pride, he was willing to pay it in full. Zane's story reaches its emotional peak in his final duel, against Jesse Anderson, possessed by U-Bell. Zane knew he was dying, he could feel his heart giving out, but still, he fought, not for glory, but to give the others time to escape. His Cyber End Dragon returned for one last stand, and though his body failed, his spirit didn't. He collapsed in front of Jesse, smiling, not with victory, but with peace. In that moment, Zane wasn't Hell Kaiser, he was Zane Truesdale, the duelist who had always given everything, even his life, for the ones he loved. Zane's fate is left ambiguous. We never see him again after that duel. Some believe he died, others think he quietly faded away, finally free of the pain he embraced for so long. But one thing is certain, Zane Truesdale's legacy lives on. His dueling philosophy, the balance of order and chaos, light and darkness, became a blueprint for Cyrus's own growth. And to fans around the world, Zane remains a symbol of how even the strongest can fall, and still rise again in their own way. He wasn't just a duelist, he was a reminder that true strength isn't in winning. It's in what you're willing to endure for your beliefs. If this story moved you, subscribe for more Yu-Gi-Oh! Lore just like this. Zane's fall wasn't the only tragedy in GX. Up next, we'll dive into the broken friendship between Chaz and the Ojamas, and how it shattered his soul. And if you want to support the channel, check out cardtrader.com using code DoomX for 5% off your first purchase. This has been Duel Origins, where the story behind the duel matters most.